This video is going to look at the app DocScanHD Pro, which allows you to scan documents, books, anything with your camera on your iPad or your iPhone, and save those scans as either PDFs or JPEGs, and then send them off to um, other apps on your iPad or upload them to cloud services like your Dropbox and SkyDrive. It uses a wide range of them. So first thing we want to look at is actually all the settings and the controls of the app. And let's open it. And as soon as you open it, it's looking for something to scan. So I'm just looking through my camera at my desk. I have a newspaper article, which is just here, just a little newspaper article that I want to scan and keep because I took a fancy to it. I thought it was pretty funny, and I might want to do something with it. So what I can do with DocScan Pro is to take a picture of that with the camera. So that button on the right, take a picture of it, uh, arrange that picture so it is just taking the text of it and the heading, and then turn it into a PDF. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. I could also, if I didn't want to do that, I could take a picture from my camera roll and turn that into a PDF. So there's my camera roll. It's that one. It's going to be the picture that I'm going to use a little bit later to accompany that text. So that's how you get your stuff in. So let's just get out of there and back. When you open it, it's waiting for you to either select something from your camera roll or it's waiting for you to take a picture of some text. So it could be a text out of a magazine or a barcode on something I'd seen in a shop, anything that you want to keep and turn into text or be able to scan later. So I just put this down. Look at the settings for this app. It's pretty simple app, and there's not much that you actually have to set up. In the bottom right, the settings. The export settings. So when you actually take a scan, what do you want to do with it? You can save it to the actual app itself, or you can export it off to other apps, which is ideally what you want to do because you want to do something with the scan. So you could send it off to Google Drive or Dropbox or Evernote or Box.net, SkyDrive, Windows SkyDrive. All of those are free accounts that give you so much space in the cloud. They're all cloud services, and you can sign up for all of those for nothing. You don't have to pay unless you want more storage. And they're the way that you're going to get files in and out of the iPad is using these cloud services. You can save them locally to your computer using the iTunes file sharing and the Wi-Fi file sharing. So I could turn that off. And then if I wanted to actually send them to my computer wirelessly, that's the IP address of the iPad. You can fax it also. I haven't actually tried that one. Default page size, you need to indicate what is the default page for your PDF that you're going to generate, and I like A4 because that's the size of any paper that I have in the printer. And auto image enhancement I leave on just so that the app itself will try and improve my scan automatically. And that's the only settings that you need to set up. There is a trash up here, so if I went into the bottom left is the folder where all of the scans are that I've taken with DocScan Pro. And there's 10 of them. Any I don't want anymore, there's an edit button where I can select one or more. I don't want this one anymore, so I can just select that and send it to the trash and delete it. If I wanted to add another scan to one of these, I just do done there. So this is a one-page scan. You can see in the bottom right of the folder there is a 1 next to each of them. If I wanted to make a multiple page PDF, say I had a document that was 4 or 5 pages, I scan the first one, just take a picture of it, the first one, and then I can add to. So if I open this one and I want to add to that, that's currently a 1-page scan. So I can add a picture to that by tapping the plus and going into my camera roll in this case, but it might be another a camera one that I pick. Could be another one I scan with the camera. In this case, I'm just going to pick something out of my camera roll, which is a picture that I know will go with that particular text because I want to turn it into a blog post a bit later. And I need to select, using the little circles, the actual picture and the parts of the image, in this case, that I want to turn into a scan. It's just a bit fiddly because it's a picture, and try and straighten it up. So I've sort of selected the edges, and a little bit wonky, but they'll do. And because it's a flat image, it's not something I've actually taken it with the camera. It's just a picture that I've found that I want to turn into a PDF. I'm picking that first one where you're just rearranging the little circles. If it was a bit of paper that was all curly and bent and everything, then it's the second one on that would give you more direction, more control in actually selecting the actual editable text that you want to scan and try and smooth out any of the problems. Then it's just next. This one is an original photo, so I want to keep the original. If I went to colour, it's looking a bit washed out. Black and white definitely don't want to do. So I'm keeping it at its original, and I can adjust it on the right here with the colour. I'm just not going to because it's just an image which I'm happy with, and save that. And then go back to the folder, and in medication is the key on the left there. You can now see there's two. There are two PDFs in there. Or it's one PDF, it's 2 pages of a PDF within that particular file. Right, go to scan some text. This is a bit of a newspaper article, and all I have to do is try and get it in the middle of the camera as close as I can and focus it, tapping on the middle of the screen, and tap the camera button. The app is now going to detect what I've scanned, and I just need to move the little handles and select what I want to be included in the scan, so I can get rid of some of the imperfections or the heading if I didn't want that. And once I'm happy with that, next. This is the original, and I can now adjust the colours up and down there. This is what it looks like in colour. Because it's only text, I'm just going to pick black and white and just adjust the brightness. It's a little bit too bright there. So try and get no shadows there. And then save. Now I've got other things I can do. I can rotate it 90 degrees. I can change the aspect orientation with this button, which I'll leave. Full screen. Then when I'm happy, save. I'm going to give it a name up here in untitled. Medication for cats. If there was a folder that I created within the app, I could put it into a folder, but I haven't. I want it to be an A4 size, so save. And that's now down the bottom there. We can see where it is, but I can also see it if I go into my folders. Medication for cats. This was an older one that I'd done, so I can do a couple. So that's it there, medication for cats. That's the scan. And what I want to do with it now is send it up to Google Drive, because then I can edit that text, because Google Drive will accept imports with optical character recognition, OCR. So click the sharing button, and I'm going to upload this to Google Drive as a PDF, not as an image. And when you do that, it will give you some options that you want the OCR switched on. So if you say on, then when it uploads it, it'll upload that scan, but also underneath it will give you the actual text. And I can decide where I want this to go within Google Drive. I'll just send it. Right, so theoretically that's now gone up to Google Drive. which we'll have a look at in a minute. I could also have uploaded it to any of the other clouds sharing services that I have. So I have an Evernote and Box and SkyDrive and Dropbox. So if I want to upload that to Evernote, where a lot of my scans go, as a PDF, and I can put it into the default notebook. So my notebook that everything goes into, if I can find it, it's not in alphabetical order, it's the inbox and the tag. That should give me all my active tags. If I haven't got one there, I might something called humour. I don't think I have a tag for that. And then some text, how to give a cat a pill. And send that up to Evernote, where I have a collection of notes and ideas and receipts and whatever. And not only does it scan typed notes or text out of books or magazines, but you can also scan handwritten notes. And here's some I did before, where I actually used the palette here to annotate them. So I can use the eraser and rub all this out. So as well as scanning your notes, you can actually annotate them as well. And then you can rub it out if you don't want them. So it has, the first one is the pen. So if I select that, it's going to actually write notes over it. The second one is a highlighter. Highlight. Then you've got the eraser. Rub it out. Changing the thickness and colour. So maybe blue. Pick the pen and write again. Then you've got your different colours here as well. Well, you can do circles and squares and arrows, so you can annotate your notes. Then when you're happy with them, save it. And then you can upload them to the usual places. Upload or open them in another app as a JPEG this time, might be an image, and do whatever you need to with them. Now, what can you do with the documents once you've scanned them? The one about the cat I sent up to Google Drive. So on the iPad, there is an app for Google Drive, and there's one for Box and SkyDrive and Dropbox. So anything you send and upload to one of these services, you can access from within an app on your iPad, or you could go into your computer and do it. So if I was on the computer and went into Google Drive, I can see all of my files there. And there's the actual one that I've uploaded. It's there. So I could edit it and do what I want with it on the actual computer. Or if I didn't have a computer or I wasn't anywhere near a computer, I could do all of this on the iPad. So just open Google Drive, and in one of the files there, medication is the key, which I think is the one that I uploaded before. So it opens up in view mode, so I can actually view the file, and I can pinch and zoom to make it bigger. There's the actual scanned one. If we keep going further down, there's the actual edited text. Because we uploaded it with OCR turned on, it's taken the text, it's searched that PDF, and it's taken the text out so I can then edit that text. And of course, anything that you do OCR, you're going to get mistakes, so you have to actually fix up the mistakes and re-edit it and make it look better before you can do anything with it. And that's happened here too. There are a few mistakes there, but overall it's not bad. It's quite accurate. And then there's the picture underneath it that I also sent up, because that was a 2-page PDF. If I want to edit it, well, actually that is editing. If I want to view it, I'm just going to tap the view. And I can just look at it. I can't do anything with it. That's just the view one. It still gives me the edited text, but I can't actually edit it. I can tap on its screen. All they're doing is making it bigger and smaller. So edit it, I have to tap that edit button, which will allow me to edit that text and even take that text and put it into a new document. So Google Drive is using Google Docs. So within Google Drive, you can create a new document, like a word processing document, a spreadsheet, PowerPoint. So if I wanted to fix this within the iPad, and I'm just looking where there is any errors, like at number 5 here, the spacing, so I can tap there and just with the backspace, try and get that into the right spot. Put my finger before the S, backspace, and fix up the text. There's a mistake there. It should be low by the look of it. With a capital W, which isn't right. So you've got to do that first, fix it all up, and there are some mistakes, and then I can, as soon as I've closed it, that'll be saved into Google Drive. So if I open it up again, whatever I just did should be there, and here's it saved. So if I wanted to put this into a blog post, I could hold the finger down, select it, and select all that text. It's just a bit fiddly on the iPad. Copy that text and then paste it into, perhaps I've got a blog. So I have a Squarespace blog. So I could take that text and do a new post and paste that in, that text, and start to develop what I wanted to do from that and save it. So once you get it up to a cloud, then you can do whatever you want with it. If you don't want to edit it, you can just sit there. So if we look at Evernote, which is another one of the cloud services that I sent that scan to, and I uploaded the scan to the inbox. So if I went into notebooks and into the inbox, medication for cats, it's it there. It was sent up to the Evernote, and you can just download that and open it. And I have it there as another backup, and I can also search for that. If I was to look at that on the computer, I can actually search the text of that article.